Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Aqua Splendor. My name is Nicole Marion and today's video we are going to pimp the Prime 16 HD from Aqua Illumination with the IKEA lamp that I bought a couple months ago. There's a little bit of dust. I'm going to insert the light into that. So this is the RANARP light fixture. You can see with the code over here, the name over here, if you want to buy the same one. There's like another one also that IKEA sell. It's like a little bit more compact, a little bit less depth. But I choose this one for a very specific reason, because it's really high from where the light is going to be and to the bottom. Why it's important? It's because I'm going to use a diffuser for the light, just like so. You can see my face. You don't really see my face. So that paper will diffuse the light. So I'm gonna give you some Amazon link where you can buy some light diffuser like that. This is like a plastic. It's not like a paper. It is stretched. So yeah, this is from Current USA. I'm just like recycle the paper because it was another aquarium, and I just remove it and I said, you know what? I think it fit for the bowl. Actually, this fit just like so, like that. I need to dim down the shimmer, and I cannot control the shimmer with the pump because I have only one pump, one direction, and that's pretty much it. So I need to use something else, and this is where it's come in play. Also, it removes all the disco effect. So there's no like, you can sometimes see like the wave, the red, the green channel, the blue channel. You see like those LED channels, and I don't like that. It's like it's artificial. So this will just diffuse all this kind of stuff, and it's good because of the depth of the light, it will just dim even more the disco effect. So this is why I choose this one for that specific reason. Also, another thing, because I want to make this really beautiful, we need a way to just hide the cords that we see over here. We need to hide the wire cord. We need to hide the power cord. So I'm gonna just probably like clip the wire into the wall. Then after I'm going to paint over it. But I need to make sure like I'm done with everything before doing this, because it's like the final step. So for this video, we're going to need the Prime hanging kit, and we're going to need the IKEA RANARP light fixture, some paint like this. This is for my ceiling, some wall paint, stuff to put the paint. I use a multi-tucker to just clip the wire into the wall. So this is what I use. You need some sort of gel like this, paper that will diffuse the light. So I'm using like tie wrap like this. So this is a 36 inch, 92 centimeters. Really cheap, really simple, and it's black, so it fits with the black of the fixture of the light. And of course you need the Aqua Illumination Prime. So you have the Prime, Prime HD, Prime 16 HD. So this one is the Prime 16 HD. This is what I use. Honestly, that's pretty much it. So let's build this. So when you go to the IKEA, this is the model they sell, and I just took off everything apart that I didn't need. So the only thing that you need is pretty much like that and that. So this will go like just on the top like this. Let me show you, just like so. It looks honestly beautiful. I like the look of it. So that's pretty much all you need. So I'm not going to use that. If you want to use that, of course use it. And it's really cool because they put a little hole like this to just put your wire through this. So that's really nice. But I'm not going to use this in my case. So I just remove all the wire. As you can see, there was some wire that was attached on the back like that. So I just unscrew this. I unscrew all the stuff that I didn't really need. Actually, the cable that you see right now was inside of this, so I just removed that, and I just took off this apart like that. What you can do also is you can put the wire of the AI Prime that goes through this. Unfortunately, I didn't find any way to remove the wire from the AI Prime and just stick like inside of this. There's always some stuff. I just dismantle all the light, but there's always some little things, and the only way that I found out it was like with the power cord from the Prime, is just like cut the cable and put the wire into the hole like this, and then after that you just put back the wire together but I'm not going to do that because I want to maybe resell the light eventually. I'm not sure, maybe I will do this, I'm not quite sure. And this is the next step. We need to make a hole in the ceiling. What I suggest, you can just use a fish line and put something heavy on the bottom and simply move your hand until the weight goes exactly where you want to position the light. And that's really simple. So just make a little mark on the ceiling, and after that just make a hole and put all those pieces of metal like this. And I'm thinking to paint also this part, the metal part, the hanging kit on the top, so it really blend completely into the ceiling. So I don't know how it's going to look like, but that's my goal. I'm going to paint that and also paint the huge correction that I have to make because I make a mistake. Meanwhile that it dry, I'm gonna just figure out how to put this into this, like so. So you can see I already put the hanging kit on the light, so it's really simple. And just make sure that you have like the over here you can see the little cable attached to the hanging kit. So make sure you have this attached. You can see I cannot go further than this. And by the way, if you want to know more about the hanging kit over here, with the stuff like that, I did a review video guide, and I think it's the only YouTube video, so I'm gonna put a link down below in the description and in the comments so you can know how to attach all this stuff. So let's put that into the light fixture of IKEA. So I have the two extremity of the cable in my hand. I'm just going to use that inside of the dome, put the wire like so. Then here's the tricky part. Just before the video, I made sure that the hanging kit was a little bit offset, but just slightly, just like that. You can see it's center. So this is a bit of a try and error. You have to try a little bit. So I'm just put it like so. So you have like the light inside. So you have to make some adjustment. Of course, you have to just pull one of the wire depending on how the light is offset at the beginning. So now that I have the wire cable, I'm simply going to use it in the hole that you see over here. So what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to just lift the light until I just can't anymore. And if you look back, you can see it's already centered. So I made sure also that the cable is like center on the hanging kit also. So now that I think that I have the cable really tight, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it inside of the other hole. Like so. I'm always trying to tight this cable that over here as much as I can, tight like that, and you can see the cable is hidden just behind the band of the metal here, so you cannot see anything. After that, like for me, this is already good enough. So what I'm doing right now is, depending if I have like some kind of offset, I can play with the cable. So if the light inside of it is a little bit offset, so let's say it was hanging like so, I'm just going to tight one of the cable and just play the two opposite of the cable until the light feel like center. So right now it's not perfectly center, so I think if I do like this, I tight a little bit the cable, should be good enough. So you have to play a little bit like this. After this you can use the tap. Honestly, you don't need it, but I think it looked pretty good, so I'm just going to use it. And I use it also to just tight a little bit the cable. So what you can do sometimes, you can just I try to put like inside, make a rotation inside of this. So sometimes I just hang a little bit the wire through this. The thing is, like, if you leave it like this and you just hang it like that, you can see it will just offset the fixture light like so. So we want the fixture light to be a little bit center. So this is why what I'm doing sometimes, I'm trying to have the cable through the opposite of each one of them. And just like that, the light fixture, you can see, is offset because of where I put the cable. As you can see, just with my arms, it's pretty center. So this is why I use the little top like that. So just to make sure like the light fixture is not like a little bit offset depending on the cable. Alright, so now that we have the light inside of the fixture, the next step is actually to make a diffuser. So I took what I had at home, but I'm gonna put a link down below with the Amazon link so you can buy the kind of a similar gel that I'm using. And I'm not using any kind of gel. I use specific stuff because first I don't want like to have the light spectrum to be offset. Like I want to like to be transparent, and I just want like the light like bounce between the paper and between the little crystal and stuff like that. So because you don't want like the spectrum shift, and the other reason also is because you don't want like any kind of paper that will just melt, because keep in mind that the fixture of the IKEA Prime, this is LED and it will generate heat. So be careful with that. Be careful with whatever you choose because it will heat the paper. So I tested that just a little bit before during a day and it was okay. It's a little, I could touch it and it felt a little bit like really soft, but it wasn't like burning or stuff like that. So this was fine for me, so I used that. The idea that I took, it was actually the tie wrap. It's really cheap, it's simple, and because of that I took that solution because it's really simple, and if you messed up there's like a 10 other tie wrap into the bag, so you can just unwrap, cut, stuff like that, and it come into black, which is really cool. This is what I'm looking for because I don't want like to have something like from an aesthetic point of view, like I didn't want something that will distract you from the eyes, so that will just fit perfectly with that. But first, let me show you a demonstration of what the diffuser does to the aquarium. Unfortunately, keep in mind that my aquarium, there's a bacteria blooming. It's really bad timing for me while I record this video. So just keep in mind during the video. Let's do this. Let's put the gel on top. By the way, it's the first time I'm doing with the zip tie. Actually, let's do this like this. Alright, so this is much better. And by the way, when you do this, there's like no turning back with the zip tie. So make sure that you do this correctly. So right now, what I'm trying to do is just to not have any. You can see like I don't have a lot of gel over here of paper, so this is like a little bit unfortunate for me, but that's what happens when you try to recycle the stuff. Okay, so I really need to do this off camera. Alright, I'm back. I think I am done. This is the result. You can see I tied this thing. Try my best to tie it as much I could with a tie wrap. Oh, that's pretty much what I can do. Look at this, and the cool thing about the tie wrap is it fits into the crack of the light fixture. Look at this. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but like you can see like it's fit a little bit inside of it. So that's pretty cool. So you can see like it's pretty tight. I love the the look, the finish. Pretty cool. I like that. All I have to do now is to use a cutter, maybe a scissor like that. So I'm gonna cut all the paper around the light. Alright, so I think I'm done. You can see I cut all the trim. I cut the tie wrap with a cutter because the scissor is not strong enough. So you can see what it looked like. And that's pretty cool if you ask me. Alright, so let's put that in the aquarium. Alright, so it's not too shabby. I think I pretty much like that, but we are not done. I need to use the cable, the power cable, and basically just clip the wire through the wall like this center. Alright, so now that the power cable is clipped to the wall, I did it like honestly by eyes and just do it by hand like that. I didn't measure anything. But the thing is, the cable is black and I don't want anything to stand out, and because the focus is the aquarium and I want to put the eyes on the aquarium and nothing else except maybe the light because it's like on top. But let me paint the cable so it's gonna be like hidden from the wall, from the ceiling, and hopefully it's gonna look good. Crossing my finger. Let's do this. So I'm almost done. The paint is not still dry, so it's gonna dry a little bit, but this is it. So what do you think about that? I really like it. I don't know if you can see me, but yeah, I love it. So because like we don't see almost anything, the cable is pretty like hidden into the ceiling, to the wall. It's really simple. I try to make my stuff like really pure without disrupting object. So, and also like inside of the aquarium is the same thing also. Yeah, so the only drawback that I have by putting like a diffuser like that and putting the light, the prime inside of a light fixture is first, because there's a diffuse, I'm gonna lose a little bit of light. It's not a big deal. I'm just gonna crank up the intensity of the light and that's pretty much resolved. I also put the light a little bit higher because I really want like to cover the aquarium as much as I can. And the drawback of that is inside of that, I'm gonna create a little bit of heat. So that's the drawback. The fan is going to run, I'm pretty sure like it's going to run like over and over and over. So that's the drawback, but honestly, it's okay. That's why I left a little bit of, I didn't put anything to obstruct the hole, to make sure that it's like an air exchange. And I have something else also to cover this area, but that's gonna be another video for my Nano Reef competition. Alright, so let me interrupt this video real quick. I made this video 5 days ago and it was kind of like working correctly. Sometimes I had like the light turned off time to times. But after 5 days, and I just released my other video about this light, and the light kept shutting off. So basically it's because of the overheating, because I removed my AC from, because I didn't really need it anymore because it's like 21 degrees Celsius outside. So I just removed the AC and the light just started to like shut down, come online, come offline, etc, etc. So there's like definitely an overheating issue with that. However, I tried different things. So what I did, I took the diffuser and with the needle, I just tried to put some hole into the gel paper to see if with the aeration, with the airflow, if it was good enough. But it wasn't. Like after an hour, I saw the light still shut down. So what I did after that, I took a pair of scissors and I cut some little place on the diffuser. And so I tried again for an hour and it kept shutting down the light. But it turned back online like after maybe like 12 seconds or something like that. So there's definitely an overheating issue when there's not like enough airflow. So the threshold of the heating on the Prime is unfortunately really low, I think. So what I did, I just, because I still want like a diffuse for my Prime. You cannot see with the camera because it's probably like over blasting with white. But let me show you what I did. So this is my last result, unfortunately. So I took the gel and I just like hang with like just a paper over here and another one on the other side and just stick the gel like that. So this was like a real quick fix. It's not like super beautiful, I'll be honest with you, but there's another problem. So this is the intensity that I use the light, so you can see is around 80% most of the channel. So this became a problem for me because I need to crank up a little bit more, probably like at 100% most of them. And when you crank up at 100%, the fan of the light will generate a lot of noise. And because I'm doing YouTube videos and I need like a microphone, empty space where it's like silent, that became a problem with the fan that is going to turn on over and over and over. We're going to hear it through the microphone, and I cannot like turn off the light at some point because I need to speak when the light is on also. So that became a problem in my current situation. But currently the light works with the gel like this hanging. It's not beautiful, I will be honest with you. I know it kind of sucks to say that at the end of the videos, but I don't want to hide anything from you guys. I always speak the truth. So this is my situation. Maybe for you it's perfect, and probably most of you is going to be like honestly perfect for you. It's just my situation. So maybe I'm gonna switch to another light, to another fixture. I don't know exactly, but honestly it still works right now. But I think I might need another light that will just crank a little bit more power, like to even the power to the gram, because I want to have like something like 150 to like 200 power everywhere. So I might switch, I don't know, we'll see. But I still think there's a lot of potential behind that fixture. But be creative, just find a way to put like more airflow into the light with the fixture. Maybe put the fixture a little bit lower. I don't know. There's so many ways, or just don't put the diffuser if you don't really care about the shimmers and the disco effect. But I hope this video inspire you and you learned something, because this is the goal of the video. It's just to inspire you, maybe be creative with your own stuff. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.